Are you afraid of bugs, insects, any of those kind of things that flies and gives you the stuff of nightmares? Because if you are, however, you're interested also in manhwa, good storyline, scientific values, my goodness, let me introduce you to the manhwa that I disgustingly have missed and love at the same time upon picking up. Jungle Juice! Alright guys, this is gonna be one of those fears that I have. As someone who lives in down under in Australia, which is aka hell by everyone else who reads anything or knows anything about Australia these days, it's just that we are home to some of the most deadliest spiders. Not just spiders, sharks, you know, blue bottle, yeah, those jellyfish and all those things that will actually kill you. Those are just like normal stuff. There's like, yeah, a lot more deadlier stuff that you don't want to know. So if you do come down to Australia, make sure to stay away from those rural and deadly areas and always come to the suburban area where you actually have a good time. Besides the point, we are going to be talking about Jungle Juice. Now, the first premise of Jungle Juice is that, you know, a lot of the people who are involved in this actual manhwa, the main characters and all the supporting characters, they all hate bugs. However, they were, you know, given a can of this bug spray, right, that they either bought or they just came across it or they, you know, whatever the circumstances, they went and sprayed it against a bug and the bug obviously died. But the thing is that Jungle Juice, okay, what they call the can of spray, actually made that bug's power infused into you. So you become something what you call an insect human. That sounds a little bit disgusting and terrifying. All of you is probably thinking, oh goddamn, hell no, I don't want to become one of these goddamn mosquitoes, humans, you know, with the face and all that stuff, disgusting. Yeah, yeah, prepare yourself. While it's a little bit gruesome and disgusting to look at, the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. And on top of all this, main character name is Jung Soo Chan, okay? But the thing is, you'll probably just know him as Dragonfly. He actually went ahead and infused with a dragonfly. And, you know, when it comes to Dragonfly, what do you know? It has wings, it flies really quick, it has, you know, really awesome properties when it comes down to its flight system. And of course, the eye system, right? The eyes can see many things, so Dragonfly is really awesome and it can fly. So, you know, imagine if you have that kind of power, right? So that's what happened to the main character over here. He discovered that, you know, before all of this has happened, he was already a loner. Now that he became one, he's even more lonesome. And he actually spent most of his, well, let's just say young adulthood in perjury, and basically where he, you know, he doesn't want to be, you know, friendless. He doesn't want to be anything else, but all of a sudden he got these powers, and then from a popularity, like kind of contest that he actually was already in, because he was already famous for good looking, good study grades, until now he's exposed again and he's now going back to his lonely life. I gotta say, I feel sorry for the guy. Anyway, besides from that, you'll meet a lot of quick characters that you'll really love, really love. Like in the beginning, that if you think that your worst nightmares of insects is going to be cured, it isn't. But you'll come to feel for most of this and gain some scientific knowledge, and that's something that a lot of people don't have at this stage. And I will say, you know, from having two really close friends who, you know, are professors of the field, they're gonna probably pick this one up and also have a good little bit of a variety of dive into this manhwa. I gotta say, it's beautiful, okay?
So I'm 70 plus chapters in now. It's pretty good. The insect facts are pretty accurate actually. I'm pretty impressed. There are some inaccuracies, but there are things that are quite forgivable. The art though, that is another story. It is so good. Good enough that I was able to identify species before they actually named them in the story. For example, the spotted lanternfly. I give this manhwa a 9 bugs out of 10.
The premise of it is this. There exists a colony, or like a sub-city is hidden away in a tunnel / mountain hidden area where all the insect humans, they actually, you know, coexist. They, you know, develop kind of stuff like, it's called Cinderella potion, and that can turn you back into a normal human upon graduation, but you gotta become #1 in your studies. So whoop-de-doo, you still gotta go to school even though you become insect-like humans and you have powers, right? You know, for Soo-chan, obviously, you know, who's already a massive, awesome, like, you know, A-grade student, he obviously wants that. He wants to turn back. He wants to go back into society. He wants to live as a human. And then he goes on to his path of, you know, being intellectual. But however, when he comes into the school, you know, obviously all the kind of exams is sort of like, you know, testing upon physical prowess, battle prowess, about all of this kind of stuff that you don't normally get in an academic can't even say it anymore, in an academy kind of setting, right? And then basically you got to be very academical when it comes down to studying, and that's only a little part of it. The rest is all about your natural instinct of adapting to your powers and getting something called a complex and a stance. Yeah, I know, but it's awesome. It's awesome. You know, if you're ever into those Chinese martial arts movies, you know, you got the mantis stance and all that stuff, and you got the tiger stance. Well, tiger's not an insect, but you know what I mean, right? You got the tarantula stance and all that stuff. All that good stuff is actually in this one. And I gotta say, right, the main supporting character, which in this case, I don't even remember what her name is, but all I do know, right, after reading all this manhwa, is that she is Roach Bay. Right, I hate cockroaches, but she is awesome, and she's Roach Bay. You'll come to love Roach Bay, and the other two supporting characters coming out. And of course, if you're someone who's now familiar with Jungle Juice, who's been keeping up to reading onto this all the way until chapter 100 now, I believe we're in, you're gonna love a few more. But I'm just saying, the values of this manhwa, I will say, is very high up there. Right, if they were to ever develop this in the same period of when Bleach actually came out, this is like Bleach. And this is, well, I guess Bleach is more cooler because you got Shinigami, you got Death Gods, you got the way, you know, of the sword and stuff and how you blend in with your spiritual power. The way they explain with insects and bugs, they actually do quite well as well. You know, they get complex, they got stands, and they've also got, oh, I don't want to spoil this one, but yeah, they got visors as well. So, you know, that's something that you will have to just come to terms. You'll probably forget as soon as you get in, but what you will start to develop is after 10 episodes of, let's just say, of Jungle Juice, because you've got a spare 15 minutes or so being a power reader, or you're gonna say, I'm addicted. This is now a part of my list that I will continue to keep up, and it will be something out of extraordinary, because Jungle Juice is something even I have missed, right? And I keep up to date with a lot of manhwas, a lot of everything. And it's when someone said to me, hey man, have you seen Jungle Juice? And I was like, what's Jungle Juice? And then they told me what it was, and I was like, ugh, like that. But then when I actually gave it a chance and started to keep on rolling with it, I was like, hang on a second. That is actually really good. That is very decent. The art style is great. The drawing is beautiful. The way they categorize everyone, and the way that, you know, they make the protagonist, the antagonist, and, you know, just have this all sorts of complexity, and the development of how their path is going to be was actually quite cool. And on top of it, you know, you get science mixed with it, and you get real studies behind it. Now, obviously, don't cap me if you're someone like my professor friends. They are, you know, I don't know how accurate the information is that they're getting, but I can say that they have done a lot of awesome stuff at diving into this insect kind of history, and it's always microbiology stuff that I don't know anything about. But I'm just saying that if you are truly going to be missing out these 3 to 5 minutes of your life, maybe it is time to get yourself, just like that siren, into Jungle Juice. And hey, it is going to be beautiful. I can guarantee it. Will you be buying more bug sprays into the future? No. After reading this, you hell no wouldn't, unless you want to, you know, chance upon something like that into your life. But I will tell you right now, you'll grab that slipper and you're going to be like, ah! And so, for this update, the Manhwa Jungle Juice is an absolute recommendation with a 4 out of 5 recommendation from me. It is beautiful, the artwork is great, the plot is amazing, the way they get their powers and the way they evolve and they keep on rolling with it. There's so much more that you can do with a storyline that I don't think it's going to finish anytime soon. So, you know, bring it on. Keep putting on more chapters of this beautiful manhwa, and make sure to go and support the artists themselves, because Jungle Juice, I will say, is a sorely missed manhwa that even I didn't pick up in the beginning, but now I'm in love with it. So make sure to check it out. And if you do like this kind of stuff, make sure to like, comment, sub, and do all that sharing, because it's going to be good for this channel and it helps me out a lot. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching this, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.